Report-89-63 is a business report with clipart tables and a list on page 342. Now you should read 89E about metric units of measurement on page 340, but do not key the table on that page. If you are using the instructions in the book, be sure to read the callouts in the left margin of pages 342 and 343. They include very important information. We will be keying the business report on pages 342 and 343 using standard business report format. You may refer to your reference manual, pages R8B. Now moving to step 1, the first thing we're going to do is set our paper size to A4. We move to the Page Layout tab, Size, Command, and select A4. Then step 2, press enter 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to begin 2 inches from the top of the page. We're going to type the title in all caps, eventually change it to 14-point font size. It should be bold and centered. So I'm going to turn on caps lock, Control B for bold, and Control E for centering. I'm going to hit enter twice. After typing the title, I'm going to type the date, also in bold, but I'm going to take off caps lock. Hit enter twice. At this point, I will be typing the rest of the report with blocked paragraphs and to begin at the left margin, so I'm going to return to left alignment, Control L, and then I'm going to go back to the title and change the title to 14-point font size. Now moving back to begin the first paragraph, to turn off bold, after typing the first 2 paragraphs, I'm ready to insert clipart as in step 8, related to measurements and similar to the example in the book, page 342. So I'm going to move to the Insert tab, select the clipart option in the Illustrations group. I'm going to search for measurements. There are a number of options here. Just going to choose this one. And this time I'm going to show you another option for changing the size. I right click, select size. I'm going to change the width to 1 inch and let the height be proportional, which is very close to 1 inch. Now we are to place this even with the right margin and the first line of the paragraph. So I'm going to move it for the first paragraph and then set it to wrap, text wrapping, square. Okay, that's good. Now we'll move our cursor back down here to just in front of the last paragraph marker to move on to step 9 and type our tables. Now we're ready to type table 1. As you'll notice, step 9 outlines the features of this table. Place your insertion point right in front of the last paragraph marker. We're going to insert a table with, as I count it, 7 rows and 3 columns. So we're already on the Insert tab. Choose Table, Insert Table, 3 columns, 7 rows, and OK. I'm going to turn off Show Hide temporarily while we're working in the table. The first thing to do is select the whole table and change the font size to 12. Then we're going to select the first row, merge the cells. Then we're going to center with Control E. And part of this label for the title is Table 1, and table is not in all caps, so let's type that first. Also Control V for bold. Table 1, period, space, then turn caps lock on and press enter once. And go back, select the title, and change the title to size 14. Everything else is going to remain at 12. Next, select the column heading row right below the title and change that to all bold, center. Take caps lock off, and we're ready to type this row. attach the next row. When you're finished typing the table and have checked that your column headings are centered and all of the other data columns are left aligned, right-click in the table and auto-fit to contents. Then select the table and center it horizontally. We move to the Table Tools Layout tab, Properties, Alignment, Center, and OK. Then we insert a blank line between the two tables. So I press Enter one more time, and then we're going to construct Table 2. This one should have 6 rows and 3 columns. So let's insert a table here. Remember to select the entire table first. Change to size 12. Then select the first row, merge the cells. Then we're going to center this row, type it in bold. Then turn on caps lock after you type Table 2. Enter once so that we have a blank line. Then go back and change the title itself to size 14 font. Then we move to the column heading row, and again we're going to make this all bold and all centered. Turn off caps lock, then type the rest of the table all left aligned. When you finish typing this table, right-click, auto-fit, then select the entire table to center it horizontally. Remember, we move to the Table Tools Layout tab, Properties, Alignment, Center, and OK. Now we will want a blank line after this table as well to continue typing the report. I'm going to turn Show Hide back on now. After the next paragraph on page 343 in your textbook comes the list. So I'm going to press Enter 2 times to insert a blank line before the list, and then we will type it unformatted. After the last item in the list, hit Enter 2 times, and I'm going to go ahead and type the last paragraph. Notice that Detailed was marked out to be deleted, and then you have the STET proofreader's mark underneath it, which means the dots mean to leave it in after all. Okay, now we're going to format our list by selecting all of the items. Use the bullet command to start the list, and while it's still selected, decrease the indent to the left margin. Now, we still have another step or two here. We want to insert a page number to appear on page 2, but be suppressed on page 1. If you need help, see Word Processing Manual Lesson 27 or page 49. What we do is go to the Insert tab, and in the header and footer group, click Page Number, top of page, and on the right is Plain Number 3 option. Now while we are here with the header and footer tools showing, we click Different First Page. That suppresses it on page 1. Now we are going to check over our document. Turn off Show Hide so we can see how it should look in its mail-ready form. Then return to GDP, score and review errors, and correct them to 0.